no punishment, slave.
I sometimes scream out, no. When really I mean yes.
Yes, yes!
And this is why we have the safe word. Until we hear the safe word, we will not stop.
She's not a Christian!
Safe word with Jason Rouse.
I think I care. With a Z.
With a Z. We're in America.
We are in America, and it's been an interesting time that we've been in New York over the last, well, I've only been here for maybe 2 weeks now.
Yep.
And with the elections.
Yep.
And the election of Donald Trump to to the United States of America. But were you shocked?
Yes. I was on mushrooms.
You were on mushrooms,
Yeah.
so you still didn't believe it.
I couldn't wrap my head around it. I didn't know what was going on. We had one guy not on mushrooms letting us know that it was real, though.
It's crazy.
It's terrifying, actually, now. I'm a little scared.
I think it's good for comedy.
Yeah, but what? But comedy's good for nothing.
You know, we do our part. We contribute one tier. You tell me I don't bring joy to people's lives?
You do.
The broken ones.
No, maybe.
So what have you been up to? You've been here in New York. You've been here a lot.
Yeah, I've been here for probably. I'm spending more time here than I am in Canada now.
What was the crossroads where? Because I guess I guess around year 7 to 10, you
Yep.
really need to take a good hard look at the country and your career.
Yeah.
And go, what avenues, what are my options here, and how far can I take this? That guy's that good, and he can't do this.
Yeah.
Where do I stand here?
Yeah, exactly.
Did you have a particular time when you were just like, oh, shit, I need to start building some bridges out of town? Because did I see you in Los Angeles at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've been kind of popping between L.A. and New York.
More here, though.
As you should. Yeah, it's so much cheaper and more dense.
It's just I think I'd lose my mind in LA. I think LA is just more of a finished product, and when you have credits and when you have some stuff going, then go down.
Yeah, you need a hit movie.
Yeah,
to
you
get
can.
stage time.
It's all, but everybody who goes there, you could tell the audiences too. They go there just for the stars and stuff.
Totally.
But here
it's a spectacle. It's more arty here. Well, look at where we are. First of all, we're here at the Double Down Saloon here in the Village in New York City. And Alex has been, well, let's maybe backtrack a little bit. You get a message from me.
Yes.
So right there, you have some concerns.
I do. And believe me, I was.
So you thought there was going to be a joke.
I was snooping around. I was asking Aaron. I was asking Nathan. And I was like, does the Rouse have a podcast?
I saw Nathan last night at Caroline's.
Yeah. He told me he saw you.
Yeah. Is that some of the guys you came up with?
Nathan was a couple years before me. He was fucking killing it. Before, maybe
Is he a Humber kid?
He went there for a bit, but then I guess
Okay.
once he figured out he could just do this,
Yeah.
then he just fucked off. But it was just like a stepping stone for him to just start doing it.
Hey, it was for me too. You know.
Was it really? No.
I was already touring headliner, but as far as I auditioned for Saturday Night Live.
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, I had some good, cool shit come out of it, and I leveraged into a scholarship, so it didn't cost me anything.
Well, you are a legend. You were a legend when I first started.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say legend. I think there was people I was probably one of the more interesting personalities on the circuit at that time, as far as Then you went the other way with Terry Clement and things like that, where it was a little more abstract. I was kind of like the weirdest mainstream guy. I was doing all these, standard improv style clubs across Canada, and I just found my niche.
Well, I mean, just when I first started, it was 2007, July, and people obviously were talking about you all the time, and you were very, even on the open mic scene, you were very people were mimicking your style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in terms of that, I'm saying a legend, where people were.
You're saying a lot of people have taken from me.
Well, a lot of people. I don't know if they were. I don't think it was anything they were doing it on purpose. I think they just liked you and.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. There was, I made quite an impact very quickly.
Yeah.
In in Canada, and but
Yeah. No, you definitely did though. I'm seriously, you know.
yeah, but I'm glad I had the option to go to England. That really opened things up for me for the rest of the world. Have you gone out to North America at all?
No,
Really?
never. No, I've never been to England. I want to go, but I mean, you know, it's a lot. I was gonna go to Edinburgh this year, and then
Big commitment.
it is
Both of those, England and it's a huge. It's expensive.
It is, yeah.
To go and chase your
I didn't have
dream.
that. I didn't have that money, and I talked to like Dylan, and I talked to John.
You don't want to be poor in London.
No.
You know, you can live like a pirate at the Edinburgh Festival on someone's couch if you're lucky, if you got those kind of friends. But being in the city of London, I had friends come over who didn't really have a lot of cash, and they were like, "Fuck, man! Like I'm ripping through my expense account."
I didn't want to do that. Like I did at first, and then after talking to those guys, they were just like, look, if you want to do this Edinburgh Festival, you have to realize that this is an investment, and you're gonna see it pay off in a few years, maybe like 5 years when you get like if you're lucky.
Yeah. This guy's doing that every year.
Yeah, and like most of them are from there, from England.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm in New York. I might as well just stick to
Totally.
you know, doing it here.
Totally.
Not no disrespect to anything that goes on in London. I don't know anything there, but it's just, you know, it was just my money and my time.
It makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
You know, there's very limited cultural. You watch all the same movie, TV. The flight is what, 2 hours?
Yeah, it's to here.
What's the cheapest return flight you've got?
One time I got a $67 flight.
60 return?
No, but it just so happened that Tolev was driving here, so when I was on my way back, so I got a 67 just one way, but that's fucking nothing. And it's an hour and 15.
Yeah, it's cost more to fly from Toronto to Vancouver. It's like $600 or something like that.
Way more.
It's insane.
And even the bus, if I'm
You've
really
done the
have
bus?
no money, a bunch of times.
You travel, being a comic and commuting back and forth in and around Toronto and New York.
Yeah.
You run into some odd people.
Oh, yeah.
People, are strange people drawn to you?
Yes. I have a fucking great story, actually. This is fucking great. Yes, they are. There's this girl that comes to shows.
You look very approachable.
That's the thing. I look very approachable.
I don't run into it.
That's not true at all.
I know. I end up dating them.
There's this girl who comes to shows all the time, and I see her, like I recognize her face, and she's just always at shows. So, you know, and then I'm doing jokes about how I live here and I don't have a visa, so I have to do like side gigs and stuff like that. So she comes up to me and she's like, "Hey," she's like, "Yeah."
Can
you
you describe how she looks?
She's like a young girl, brunette. She's pretty cute.
380.
5'4", skin,
tumbleweed. She's some pig with an apple in her mouth, kicking up dog shit. Alex,
she comes up and she goes,
"Love me."
She goes, "You need a side gig?" And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, you know, I have a job." And I go, "What do you do?" And
she shits in a bucket and then puts a gun in your hand.
Worse, she's a professional cuddler.
What?
I know. I know.
She's attractive?
She's attractive.
And
yeah.
she's a professional cuddler?
Yeah, man, it's real. And we had a whole fucking conversation about it, man. I looked into it.
I don't know those boundaries. You get in my bed, that's my office.
Well, you could go. Look, cuddling has no boundaries. That's the thing. You could cuddle anywhere. Cuddle in the park. Cuddle anywhere, buddy.
No,
you could
I'm not worried about that. It's where the fingers end up after you've cuddled.
She's got a cuddle pimp, bro. Like, she's not doing this.
What do you mean? The guy stands in a room with a shotgun so you don't put your hand
He's probably
on
outside. He's probably outside in like a fucking
banging his head against
89.
the wall, backing off.
Yeah, I set up a fucking Skype feed.
Yeah. He's got a glass to the door, banging his head on the door handle with a fucking hairbrush in his ass.
No, he's jerking off. He's in an 89 Chevette.
It's an agent. Is this an escort agency?
No.
There's no penetration.
Dude, no.
Can you look at people's profiles?
Yes.
And go look at
There's
what
two
their expertise
sites.
are?
There's the Cuddlist and Snuggle Buddies. I'm not joking.
So are you telling me you work for Snuggle Buddies?
I wish that. I mean, I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it because
you giggle too much to the whole thing.
I think I'd be a great cuddler. I have the fucking like this, like I have a great like cuddle template. I'm short. I'm furry. It's like a fucking
koala bear.
I'm like a little koala bear.
Koala bear.
I'm hot. You can take my heat.
Yeah. You always.
I'm definitely inclined for the winter.
Your heart's beating, so you're always in your energy. You're like a hot water bottle with chiclets. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
What?
So it's people like that that come up to me and they're like always talking to me and then they open up to me about stuff like that and I'm like supposed to be this open-minded person, but in my soul I'm like, this is the weirdest fucking shit ever.
Yeah, because you hanging around with comics, there's even though a lot of them are kind of out there, you have a sense of where they're coming from, even though they're kind of quirky. But perfect Joes from the street coming up, you're like, I don't know what can of worms I'm gonna get.
No, absolutely.
In. There's a lot of fucking nuts there. I saw a guy walking down the street with his track pants around his ankles. I'm like, I'm telling you one thing, he's not going for a job interview. And turn him away from that high school. Yeah, there's some outrageous people.
It's fucked up. I mean, it's sort of sad that there's people out there. I don't know what it is. Is it technology that there's people out there
they need
that
a cuddle? What's the one? Cuddle buddy?
Snuggle buddies.
Snuggle buddies.
And then Cuddlist.
But again, I don't know how you show up at somebody and they've got a Hellraiser mattress in the corner. There's blood all over the walls, and the guy's like, "I think I need the spoon." He's got a broken whiskey bottle neck hanging out of his ass.
They could come to your house though. You could go on the road, or they could, it could be a home court advantage. I would cuddle at home.
That's too much.
It's
weird.
weird.
I don't trust anybody.
No,
Especially, I just start whispering terrible things in her ear.
But I think that might be out of bounds, though, man. One little text and the cuddle pimps upstairs fucking... You're catching a couple fucking...
They put a garden hose on you and tell you to get out of your own home? How do they do that? I've already come in my pants. You can't do this. My pajamas are button fly. I pushed it right through the hole.
I don't know. She told me that she's seen me a bunch of times, and one time she came with a client, and he really enjoyed me. And I was like, Jesus, fuck. I got to start doing new jokes.
Well, let's look into this a bit. Well, what is it, like an hourly fee? Or?
It's an hour, $80.
$80?
Or there's
what do you end up
it's
with,
called
70?
it's called a snuggle session.
60? Okay.
You get 40.
You get 40?
And the pimp gets 40.
That's not cool.
No, I know. It's fucked up.
That's not cool.
But you're also probably taking advantage of people who are autistic.
Fuck.
No, you're probably like not dealing with like sane people.
Well, is there a screening process, or they just kind of send you out and there's a guy with a goiter on his neck?
There has to be.
And he smells like fucking dog shit all the time.
I asked 2 questions and then I did my own research.
Yeah.
My 2 questions were, how much is it? And she told me that. And what happens if the guy gets hard?
What do you mean, guy? Can't you pick a gender and say, look at how many spoon girls?
Yeah.
Do you have to face away? Do you always have to be the little spoon?
No.
You can put it up behind.
You could snuggle eye to eye.
Eye to eye?
Yeah, man. Dude, this is all on the internet. This all started in Portland, obviously. A bunch of fucking hippies.
Oh, those fucking hipsters. They're the worst. They're developing apps for these terrible ideas.
Like cuddling.
Cuddling. This is the problem. They've, in a roundabout way, it's for people who want to fuck.
But I guess they're too scared to.
But they have all these backdoor approaches to getting fucking shit on your helmet. It's fucking. It doesn't make sense. I don't know. What do you have a girlfriend in the city?
No.
No, fuck that.
No. I tried, but that ain't working.
It's difficult.
There's too many beautiful women like walking around that you're just gonna get yourself into trouble. I tried. That it backfired on me a couple times.
What happened?
Just...
She got fat?
No. I don't know.
She got fatter. No, because there's some... I forget who told me, but they said you were into big girls.
That's a lie. That's such a lie.
380. I heard that.
Such a lie.
You think I'd make something like this up?
Yes, you're a liar.
They call you Big Alex.
No, I like them small. I would. Look,
You'd try it?
Beggars, beggars can't be choosers. For sure, why not?
380?
380 is a bit big for me. I'm not a big guy. These people don't know how I look.
But she's like 6'7" and 380.
I don't think I've ever seen a woman that big.
She carries you like her child.
I've been to a WNBA game and I don't think they're that big. That's fucking too big, man, for me.
Because the height or the weight?
Everything.
You couldn't have a chick that was like 160 and 6'4". Think of Dylan Mandelson with a ponytail.
I think the biggest girl I ever had sex with was maybe like 6'2". She was a big chick.
I thought you were going to say 600 and something.
No, she was like
660. And she wanted to get it on top, so I'd remember.
I was so drunk, I don't even know how it happened. I wanted to ask her, like, what was the fucking positioning here? Like, I was so drunk.
Over 2 bills.
I didn't ask.
No, but you can eyeball that.
No,
dump
she wasn't over 2 bills. No.
truck.
She wasn't.
Where'd that pig bang you in a barn?
You're an asshole. That was Montreal, like, years ago.
Oh, was she comic?
No.
No.
It was on New Year's. It was I got back to my hotel and the fire alarm was off on New Year's and everyone was in the hallway.
Was this the Blackfoot Inn?
No, I don't even know what hotel it was. I lost my buddy I went down with, and then I was just walking around the hotel and I went into some room.
What do you mean you just walked into some?
Everybody was out of their rooms in the hallway because the fire alarm went off.
Yeah, so you walk into this person's room.
Like I start talking to these one girls who were out of their room.
Yeah.
Because I was like fucking hammered. It was New Year's Eve. It was like 3 a.m. And then 2 a.m. or something. And then I walked back in the room. And then they had drinks, more drinks. I was trying to hit on her friend. Her friend left, and then it was me and the big one.
You and the big one.
And then I woke up at like 7 a.m. She had a grip on me.
They had that all planned.
I think so.
The hot one's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. This guy's drunk enough to bang you. Just fall on him. It'll go in. Trust me. He's ready. He's been staring at me all night. Get in there.
Yeah.
She just wrestled out of your pants and pushed you down the bed.
I got the fuck out of there, though.
Oh.
Once I got out of that grip.
Do you want any chicken wings, baby? Well, how long were you with her for?
With her? That was it. I went back to Ontario the next day. I got into a car and we fucking boogied.
You stole the car and left town.
Au revoir. And I was out.
Oh, she's French Canadian.
I don't know what she was. I don't know. I don't
It
remember.
was probably Brian Hatt. Really light hair.
She was like a light-skinned black girl.
Fantastic.
No.
And when do you still go back to Canada?
Pardon?
Have you been back?
Have I been back to Canada? Yeah. What's happening? Of course I
I
have.
think I've had a stroke. Oh, fucking hell. I can't believe it hasn't started to snow yet. You know,
It's fucking...
at midnight, all the homeless people climb the
No
fire
way.
escapes and piss down here.
You're such a...
Little people jump around with shot glasses over their heads. And then they throw a grocery bag of dead squirrels down the and animals roadkills and stuff.
This podcast is fucked.
They throw dead animals
Does
down.
this get a lot of hits in Hamilton?
Probably not. I haven't even hit record yet. This is the rehearsal.
How many episodes do you have?
Oh, this is the first one.
No way.
No. There's a half a dozen.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah. Who gives a fuck?
I like it. I want to listen.
You should get. Do you have tattoos?
No.
Would
I have
you
a nipple ring.
A nipple ring.
Yeah.
I heard of a horrible story where a guy had nipple rings, and then he slammed the hood of his car down, and they ripped them both out.
Who told you this, and who was it?
I was at a fetish club, and he was doing it to keep his dick hard.
Oh, come on, man.
It was weird. Why'd you get your nipple pierced? Were you hanging?
I lost a bet.
You lost a bet?
I got both pierced, but then one got infected, so I had to remove it.
I think you should just take them both out.
Nah, it's cool.
Is it?
Well, wait until I get into the cuddle business, and you flick it around. You know what I mean?
Snagged it? Was
Snagged it.
Like hooked it on anything and stretched it a little bit?
No.
Like a wine gum?
No.
No. Some girls like their nipples like chewed up, like literally like you're chewing gravel or something. I'm like, it just went from sour milk to blood and tears.
You're fucking.
No, I've met some interesting people.
I know you do.
I've met some unconventional types.
Where was this nipple chewer? Where was it? In this continent or England?
I don't know, some drifter in Saskatoon. Yeah, her nipples were like along, like like Twizzlers.
Yeah,
Fish.
that's disgusting.
Think of those wrapped in chicken skin and about an inch longer. Oh, God. When she get on top, they'd whip my face. She looked like she was taking off in a stagecoach with her tits. I don't know.
You're fucking filthy.
I have my moments.
Oh, yeah. So what else?
Not much. Just hanging out here at the Double Down, living the dream.
I like this place.
Yeah, it's cool.
This city's amazing. This is why I like it better than fucking LA. You don't get this shit.
No, it's a different. Those are different things, man.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like the West Coast and East Coast.
Yeah.
For both countries. Do you want another cigarette?
Buddy, can I?
Of course you can.
You're the best. So what are we talking about?
About Jesus?
Oh, yeah, I believe in him.
Were you religious? You're
No.
Italian, though, aren't you?
I'm not religious.
Were you Italian?
Yeah.
Both parents?
Mm-hmm. I went to Italy this year.
How was that? There's a handful of guys that go over to Australia. There's quite a large Italian population
Yeah, there
in
are.
Australia.
There's tons.
Oddly enough.
I got a bunch of cousins there. They're fucked.
Oh, Italian and Australian?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, instead of moving to Canada, they moved to Australia.
They must be mental.
They're fucked up. I met them once, and I don't think we want them back.
They were out of control?
Dude, my aunt had a birthday party at the keg, and they fucking pre-drank. It was like a Tuesday at 8.
And they got trashed.
They showed up drunk.
Were they pissing everybody off at the wedding? Did your uncle put his dick in the cake?
I don't know what happened to them at the wedding. I don't even know if they fucking made it.
Somebody told me you wanted to get married to like a big one.
To at a big wedding?
No, like about 380. Who started that rumor?
You did.
I think Murhesh told me something about that.
Murhesh is not. Murhesh has got his own problems. He can't be starting rumors about other people. He's fucked up.
Dave is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've known Murhesh for a while. He's my favorite top 5 female comics I've ever watched.
He's nuts.
Yeah, he's quite a character.
Oh yeah, he's a crazy person.
Well, who were the kind of the guys? Usually, there's about I don't know my observation is 6 or 7 guys in your class of comics that come up through the circuit. Who were the kind of guys that you kind of do your own thing? Or?
Dave was a bit before me, but he was definitely like, in the open mic scene when he was like, I don't know, he wasn't really like in the clubs when I started, but he was like, he had this like buzz in like the open mic scene. Like he pretty much went to any room and
He
just
still does
dominated.
he still has a buzz in the open mic scene.
I know, but he, after, I know, but then he finally, he got stuff right. But
Yeah. No, I think what you're talking more specifically is he found his voice.
yeah,
He found who he was and didn't really subscribe to what the club's politics were and kind of did his own thing
Did his own thing.
regardless. And
Yeah.
that's what you should do. And if they want to buy it, they'll buy it.
that's what I mean, he was always my friend though too, and he was just like a few years before me where I could like look up to him, but also get what he's saying. Sometimes
You can relate.
yeah, sometimes
Yeah, he was
people
an
are-
odd bird coming up too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had his own personal shit too, phobias or whatever, nervous.
Yeah, he's got
shit.
anxiety all the
Yeah,
time.
totally. That's why he's so stressed out when he's around me.
He's always fucking on edge when he's
Yeah.
beside you.
He's like someone had shaved a ferret and whipped it for a day and a half.
Him, like a lot of the guys that I started with though are doing pretty well, man. Like he's a bit before me, but like the bonus,
Yeah.
O'Brien, Babinick, Pat McDonald, those
Yeah.
Keith Pedro, like those guys are pretty fucking. They're doing well.
Coming along, and now you're over here in New York doing the scene. How do you? Obviously, there's more rooms,
Oh, tons.
and a lot of it's just by showing up.
No.
Being here, and how do you from different parts of the city? Which places do you enjoy more?
Well, I'm like because I did Yuck so much in Toronto. I'm used to the clubs, right? And the clubs are the same regardless, right? All the clubs are pretty much the same. You're getting the the people who come to comedy shows like twice a year or whatever, right? So it's not that different. But I like everywhere. I like going everywhere.
In being in New York, if you've had some pretty brutal heckles, because they're pretty vocal.
Yeah,
I had a lady yell at me. Remember I'm talking about myself? Yeah, at Greenwich Village Comedy Club.
That's an interesting one.
I was there, and the lady yelled at me. Said I was an asshole.
People are weird though.
Isn't that rude?
Yeah, it's a little rude.
I just talked about her pussy for 20 minutes, and she was a little effed off at me.
People are sensitive.
They are sensitive.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
You came into the whole comedy scene when everyone started to get their sensitivity.
Yeah.
And now with this Trump election, you can grab pussy.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about anything anymore, like saying things online anymore.
Yes.
It's not going to put my future jobs in jeopardy when the president is, saying sexual assault. He's like pretty much sexually
harassing.
assaulting women.
How many times do you think Donald Trump has raped somebody?
I don't know.
Do you think more than Bill Cosby? No, I would.
I don't know.
I would say at least 100. I bet you Bill's probably got about, I would say about 60,000 rapes.
That's high.
That's a lot, but you got to figure how old's Bill. 60. Let's do some math.
Has he been alive for 60,000 days?
Are you good with math?
No.
Not at all.
We have phones. I don't have mine. Mine's charging. 60,000 days is a lot of days.
Okay, so 60,000 days, and let's say he started raping in his, let's give him through his 30s.
Okay.
So he's how old now?
It's close to 80, isn't
80.
he?
So what do we got left there?
I'm not.
How many rapes a year would he have to have?
I don't know.
Probably 100 rapes. I think Bill Cosby's probably raped 100 women a year for the last 60 years. I don't know. I think that's a lot.
You think?
That's a lot.
If
that's more than average. How many do you have?
You're an idiot. Zero.
Zero? Mm-hmm. Well, you got to hang out in Hamilton because I've been raped multiple times.
I knew this was going to take a turn.
Do you have like, what do you call it, perversions or do you have foot fetishes or anything like that?
No, I hate feet.
No, yeah.
Women's feet aren't bad.
Have you ever been to like a sex club where people whip each other?
No.
Punch each other in the mouth?
No.
I have. It's weird. It's weird. It's hard to jack off with somebody with his own blood on his face shitting into a bucket. I went to some crazy sex clubs in London. You ever heard of Torture Garden?
Have I heard of it?
Yeah.
No, but I could imagine.
It's not as gross as you think. I never saw any shit. I saw everything else, though. I saw piss, blood, and cum. There was it's in an old church in Brixton.
Okay.
When you come out of the station, all my UK friends will probably. When you come out, there's a church on the left, and they have these parties. I think they've might even outgrown it because now they do different cities around the world now. It's like a brand. But my ex-girlfriend was friends with the promoter, the guy who ran it, and so she wanted to do a show there. She came out in a gown and all this fucking poured blood all over herself, and these monks did a chant, and it was fucked up. But then there was a guy with an amputee. He pissed in a bottle, and then his boyfriend chugging the piss.
Ew, man.
So
you're not into that.
I don't drink the piss. I just want to be around those kind of people.
Why?
I don't know what that says about me because it makes me feel better about me. I go, you know what? I'm not that guy. I never chugged a bottle of piss with Stumps McGee. That was the worst part. Is his legs were missing above the knee. Those are the worst ones. At least you can go prosthetics, right? And go with a knee joint, but you go above the knee. Just drown that one.
Stop.
Let it go back to Jesus.
This is you. This is a monologue now.
Have you ever had any abortions?
No.
You never had any girls pregnant?
No.
Never?
No.
All right. Well, I think we're at the wrong meeting.
I have anxiety.
About getting, what do you wear, like 9 condoms?
I wear one, but I check it a lot.
You check it a lot? With what? A flashlight and a magnifying
glass? No, I pull it out and I see if it's still locked in there, and then I keep going to work.
Very romantic.
Yeah, I don't want to get anybody pregnant. I don't want any diseases. One time I thought I got herpes on. It was actually on
your pussy?
It was on Halloween. That was the scariest Halloween of my life, buddy. You thought Mike Myers was scary. Try getting a bump on your dick.
Oh,
that'll fuck you up.
My Halloween pumpkin blisters. We get them every year.
No, I thought I did. It was just dry. I have foreskin, so it was just a dry head.
Dry head?
I think so.
That's a thing?
I think so.
Why don't you try soap and water?
I do. I
shower.
It was just because the sea. Sometimes when the weather changes.
Foreskins are seasonal.
I'm saying.
Hey, everyone.
Sometimes you go from a steamy hot summer and you change it and it goes to fall. Things get chappy. It's like your lips.
Says the calamari kid over here. What the? Yeah, I know. You got the old anteater. What are you gonna do, right? But that's it's more of a North American thing where they take toenail clippers and a wood burning kit and just take it down to mushroom height. We did mine in my garage when I was 30 with a pair of bolt cutters and a soldering gun.
Cal Post got circumcised. That I don't even know if we should be airing this out.
I think I heard about that.
He got an adult circumcision.
I heard about that around the same time that you were. Well, people said that you were into the big girls.
You're a fucking liar.
Cal got his fucking thing done.
I think he had an accident, like sexually.
A sexual accident?
Like, it's not.
Did he come more than once?
No, it's a fucking listen.
Who has a sexual accident?
Buddy, you don't know anything about foreskin, but there's this like little. I forget the.
Urethra?
No. The urethra is the hole. There's like this little string that keeps it together. That holds the foreskin of your cock.
String?
Yeah, it's called
What is it, a dick or a marionette?
It's called. I don't know what the word's called.
Let me guess. And when you tell it
Google
lies,
it.
its nose gets longer.
Google it. Google a dickhead tendon. That's what I call it.
Oh, I believe you. So you have like a tonsil behind your army helmet.
Yes.
I got it.
Not a tonsil, but
Yeah. A string is flap.
A flap.
A useless piece. So what do? That gets ripped?
Sometimes I ripped it. I ripped it a couple months ago.
Well, rip my foreskin. That's a good bumper sticker. What?
It was bleeding.
So you're just gonna keep it?
There's no.
Cal's
is gone.
He's gone because he got injured.
I know another guy who got injured too.
So you fund
in high
very
school
slowly and cry through it.
Yeah.
Go, don't rip this, bitch.
Yeah. No, I give him a little tutorial before. Especially if you're from the South or something.
Why don't you just fucking puke into a Pringles tube and just put your dick in that? Cause you less stress. You don't have to wear a condom. And who's that?
You're disgusting.
Never gonna call the cops.
I was gonna eat after this too. That's out the window now.
You get grossed out. Once if you're with a girl and you're banging her from behind, she's got a really dirty anus. Like it looks like a German Shepherd's ear with peanut butter in it. Hairy mud hole. It looks like a zit on Manolis's back. It's gross.
You're disgusting. I love how you name all these people who nobody is going to know.
Oh, they'll know.
They're all going to Google people. People are just on this podcast Googling.
Going,
Brian Hatt. Who was Brian Hatt? Brian Hatt's headshot from 88.
Dirty
that makes sense.
Dirty anus, yay or nay?
Preferably no, but I mean, once you're down there, there's no turning back. I'm a soldier.
I don't even go on a second date unless she does have a dirty anus. I want a girl who just doesn't wipe anything, her mouth or pussy.
You're so gross. What a fucking. When does this podcast end? When the fucking sun goes down?
I think I'm gonna get that cuddling gig, get my soul back. But I'll do my own kind of. I'll do the Jason Rouse cuddle where I sneak up behind you while you're drunk, and then I bite down on your neck and shove my fingers up your ass.
I don't know if that's legal.
No. I got my own app coming.
It's not part of the course.
No. Well,
it's a day course.
You told me that you could do big spoon or no spoon. This might be something a little outside the box for the company. With all these social media apps, you got to be on top of things. And bite and finger. That's how my friend described my comedy. He goes, you know what your stand-up's like? It's like having you're being strangled and your asshole fingered at the same time. It's like first you're uncomfortable, then you just kind of settle into it.
What an analogy. Who's this prince?
He's a South African guy who drives a subway train in England.
Okay. That is exactly who I expected to come up with that analogy.
He gets a month off of work if someone jumps on the tracks. So around Christmas time, he's like, please, jump. And a lot of suicides. But he says, they get paid a month payoff if someone jumps on the track.
Is it worth
How many
it?
days, if you saw somebody get shot in the face at a comedy club while you were on stage, all right, somebody said, excuse me, I have a question, and some guy, out of his mind, shoots him right in the face, falls dead in front of you. How many more days are you going to need?
A lot.
A week and a half?
A lot.
2 weeks.
But I will look at an ingrown toenail and I'm fucking on the shelf for 2 weeks. You think a fucking gunshot to the face is gonna fucking not hold me up for 6 months? I'm moving back in with my mom for 3 years. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you out of your mind?
Do you have pets?
My mom is a dog.
Okay,
No, don't do this. Don't do this to Bear.
It's not Bear.
I can't. Can we use another dog?
Bear gets shot
Not Bear.
with a crossbow.
Not Bear.
Just behind the ear. He's not dead. He's doing his death rattle, and I'm coming up behind
You're
him.
a piece of shit.
I'm spooning. I start biting down on his neck.
I can't do this. Use another dog.
Bear.
No, I
Why do
can't.
you name a dog Bear?
My mom's insane. I don't fucking know.
Is your mom nutty?
She's a little fucking. She's a very positive lady.
Very positive lady.
Yeah.
That's good for morale.
She's nutty, but in a good way.
What's her nuttiness?
She's just always
Shits with the door open.
Stop. That's my mother. Go back to the bear and the crossbow, you fucking psycho.
She shoots your dog with a crossbow and then rubs her dirty underwear. In
She
the dog's
listens
face.
to everything I'm on.
Yeah.
So can you stop?
It's called spying. Get a life, lady. Get a life. Don't be a loser. Let your son. He's grown. What are you He's almost 18 now. Let the bird fly. Did you have pet pigeons when you were a kid?
No, I had a parrot.
Well, I grew up in Stony Creek, and the lady that lived next door to us had a huge garden.
Yeah, there's a lot of Italians who are weird with birds. They like birds for some fucking reason.
And pigeons. So
They race them.
They had this big coop, and they weren't. I don't think you can even eat the eggs. Can you? Do you eat the eggs?
No.
No, I don't. Oh, a friend of mine was doing a construction job at this renovation at a house. Found a pigeon nest.
Okay.
Broke all the eggs, dozens of pigeon eggs, fried them, and then his boss came in and said, "Hey, do you want some eggs?" He goes, "Oh, I love some eggs." Started eating all the pigeon eggs.
Ew. That's disgusting.
Yeah. But I was thinking of something gross before that.
Okay. As opposed to your
The pigeon egg.
political and environmental thoughts?
So the neighbors to my grandparents, old Italian couple, the Cedries, had this pigeon coop, big garden, made their own sausages. It was like textbook stuff. They were close with my grandparents, and we'd go over there and watch them make sausages and things like that, and they'd hang them and dry them. And one day a guy came with a car, opened the trunk, and there was half a dozen chickens in the back. I'm like 9, 10 years old. Like, oh, chickens, and they're all tied. They're kind of just laying in the back of the trunk. They're alive. And then she grabs the chickens by the legs, walks in the backyard. I think she's taking them to the coop to hang out with the pigeons, and then systematically grabs them and breaks their necks, and then hangs them up on the line one by one, and they're doing their death dance, and I'm just sitting there in horror.
Yeah, that happens. I mean, you're not dealing with fucking regular people who grew up in the 20s. My grandmother used to do that.
Oh yeah, that'd be right. The 20s.
My dad told me that my grandmother used to snap, like they used to eat rabbits, and you have to break their necks, like. And my
That's a tough. Do you think you could break a rabbit's neck?
No, but my grandmother said that. My dad said
she could do it in her sleep.
she could do it in her sleep. And my dad said that when he was misbehaving, she would threaten to break a neck in front of him.
Oh no!
She's like, I'll snap a bunny's neck right in front of you. No.
I thought she was gonna make your grandfather fuck one of the dead rabbits in front of her. See, different family, different lifestyle. See, that's how we're different.
That's fucked. Well, yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when you grow up in that time. It's survival.
Yeah, you're a farmer.
Sometimes my dad tells me the story, and like I look at my grandmother, sweet little cute lady, and then I look at her hands, and I'm like, look at those fucking those are bunny snapping fucking mitts.
I was back in New Brunswick visiting a family outside of Moncton there in Petitcodiac, and my uncle and I usually meet up and go to Tim Hortons and have a coffee, and we're having a casual conversation, catching up, and I'm sitting there, and then I look at his hands on the steering wheel, and they look like sausages. Like, they're this huge, he's like real hands, and I'm ooh, hello.
I know.
A little for the lady over here. Ooh.
I know.
It's embarrassing, like, they're show business fingers.
This is what I got, too.
It's sad. I used to have calluses, and I was manly, but now I've got these fucking Victoria's Secret dirt knuckles.
That's like, I don't know, my grandmother's got these fucking mitts on her, just
got
ready to snap the neck of any livestock that crosses her.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd make a fist and know how to use it.
I think she's killed a pig before, like a bunch of times. Like you slice their necks and shit. She's crazy. But it's not, they had to do it. That's how you live.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to start. There wasn't a lot of people turning vegan at Little House on the Prairie, right?
No.
It was like, Laura Ingalls stumbles in and goes, I don't want to eat any more eyes. Die then. We're all eating eyes. That's all we got left is eyes. Eat your eyes.
My grandmother, we always have to savor the liver of the turkey on Thanksgiving.
Oh, the turkey?
And the heart.
Oh, the gizzards.
I don't know what you call them.
Turkey or chicken gizzards. I used to eat all kinds of organs.
She loves it, though.
Yeah.
We put all the vital organs to the right, and then Nonna comes and cleans them up.
Ooh.
Dips bread into them and shit. Makes a liver sandwich.
Fries them up. I almost threw up. This is terrible.
Yeah, buddy. Now you know how I feel.
I eat less, I don't even eat McDonald's anymore. But, when you're on the road and stuff, you end up eating so much dog shit. You wonder, I'm suicidal for no reason.
It's disgusting.
I've been eating McNuggets for 3 weeks. I wonder, I haven't had anything green or juice, nothing that's seen God.
Do you see that Burger King? Fucking 10 nuggets for $1.50. I can't.
Nuggets?
I have to shut the commercial off. Like when the commercial's on, I gotta leave the room.
It's not. It's nuggets. It does not specify what kind of nuggets.
I think they're chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets or nugget. I think it's the whole phrasing of it, but there's no chicken in that. You know what it is? They get a vat and they chain gang a bunch of homeless guys and they stand them up on a diving board and they all beat off and they shoot them in the back of the head, throw them in there, and then they grind them up and make 10
Shut
nuggets.
up, man.
10 nuggets for $1. $1?
$1.50. It's disgusting.
You can't get herpes for $1.
It's so gross. $1.50.
Yeah, that stuff. Are you on Snapchat?
No, thank God.
You should see my scat chats.
Scat chats.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I blast diarrhea all over the wall in the hotel room.
9 seconds isn't enough for that, buddy.
It hasn't been on an occasion where people have actually, you need to get to a doctor. I've been blocked by friends.
Really?
By friends.
Really?
People that I looked up to. Not anymore. Not anymore. You really disappointed
It's
me.
all right. I got to start doing that for wedding season.
What's that? Scat chat?
Yeah.
I'll hold the camera for you.
I've been
bro.
invited to 9 weddings last year. I started doing a little scat chat. I'll cut that number down to 1 or 2.
You can have me jump out of a cake at the wedding.
I want to come to 1. I can't. I should bring you as my date.
I don't
my
drink
plus
anymore.
1.
Oh, no. I would
My plus 1 is a handful.
Yeah. It's our anniversary, and it's me putting my dick in the punch bowl. My dress is all wet.
Put a couple extra bucks in the booster, if you know what I mean. Bring in
Yeah.
Rouse.
Well, the foods, you've got 12 courses of food?
It's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
I
a
went
lot.
to a few when I lived in the creek, and
There's tons
it
of
was
Italian
like,
people
well,
there.
How many more people are coming here? Like,
No.
I just ate $70 worth of steak. I'm fucking wheezing over here in the corner, but it's all so delicious. You're like, what do you mean? We've got 37 entrees. And the
Porchetta?
Yeah, and it sounds so cliche and hacky, but it's really good fucking food. I don't know the generation that I was in, but
Same
the
shit, though.
catering was outstanding. Like the food was so good.
At the end of the night, there's porchetta, like a fucking full pig comes, and you're
Yeah.
just like, you're like, how am I gonna eat this? And then you've been drinking
And
grappa
you're like,
all night.
I'll handle this. I fucked some girl that weighed 380 a week ago. Get that apple.
We
out of her
gotta.
mouth.
I assume you're lying, but if you aren't, we gotta figure out who's spinning these tales.
I heard that they called you Big Alex. What's the grossest thing that you've ever?
Nothing.
You can tell me. No one's listening.
Nothing. I'm not gross.
You're not gross?
No,
Nothing gross.
not really. What's gross? Filming men's feet and then jerking off to it?
Love.
Then that, yeah. Then yes.
I want to do that. I want to do that spoon thing where I bite their neck.
I should have. I knew I should have told
And
you
I'll
about this.
dish glove them.
I knew I should have told you about this industry. It doesn't need you, buddy.
But $40, that's the kicker, right?
Well, I mean,
You set up a Craigslist thing, but then I don't know. You need some sort of fucking help.
well, if you're a girl, for sure. If you're a dude, you're probably good.
First of all, if you're a girl, you're a fucking idiot.
No.
What girl shows up for a cuddle at a stranger's house? That's
A guy with someone who has a guy in the parking lot
like
ready to fucking.
delivery sex offender.
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm new to this cuddle world. I don't know anything. I can't answer these questions.
Well, you've got all it because you're in New York, so you've got every facet of fetish or quirk or idiocy.
Is it even a fetish?
Well, call it what you want. Or you
There's
call
probably
it-
people who actually need to be cuddled.
Well, it's very detached here. You got people beside each other, but nobody's really interacting.
I know. It's crazy.
You know, it's a weird thing, but you know, the audiences give you a false sense of belief. These things are going to be fine. Not at my shows, but they seem to enjoy yours. Yeah. My fans come to see just like their favorite school burned to the ground.
That's awesome. You live in a fucking amazing area, though.
I do. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm very lucky. I'm just fucking in East Village.
Yeah.
In the middle of it.
Yeah, this is probably one of the best neighborhoods in the city.
Yeah.
Like, if I had money, I'd live here.
It's pretty rad. Like, when I come down here and moved in, I was like, this is perfect.
Dude, it's the best. I probably would say it's my favorite neighborhood in the city.
Yeah. I know when I'd messaged you to come down, because I was like, oh, maybe we could meet somewhere, but I figured there's at least some cool shit around
No,
here.
it's definitely dope. Like, I live in Queens, but...
This is like my bovine sex club of New York.
Yeah. I live in Queens. Queens is cool, but it's like a neighborhood.
Astoria?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
It's cool.
I
It's like
might-
a little neighborhood, though. It's like...
How long did
it's
it
like
take
the
you
beaches.
to get here from there? An hour?
Maybe about like 45.
45 minutes.
I took the M to Essex. Because
Yeah.
the M, it's not far. Yeah, no, it's not bad. But I mean, if I had money, I definitely want to live in like
Well, Astoria is kind of Greek, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
Greek,
it is.
Italian or?
I don't know if there's many Italians, but there's a lot of Greeks.
Okay.
It's a lot of everything,
How's
though.
the food?
It's good.
I love good Greek food.
Yeah, it's sick.
Toronto's good for that.
Fucking yeah.
Shout out to Tony's Corner in Hamilton. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Brooklyn, whatever. Manhattan is where you want to be, though.
I lived in Williamsburg for 6 months and I hated it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's this, you know what? You know, I don't like when it's just all the same people. I like old people. I like being around like everybody. Old people, young people. I don't like just fucking
you got-
young
yeah.
hipsters. Like, I don't have a problem with hipsters, but
You
it's
got
just you can,
spoiled in Toronto.
Toronto's the best.
You got everybody.
Yeah. I just don't like some sort of areas where it's all the same people.
Yeah.
There's no like
Same mentality, same politics.
I like different fucking people's mentalities and views, even if they differ from mine, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta learn things all the time, but whatever.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
sending a text message here.
The one finger text. Look at this. Yeah, I don't know. Can I come hang out with you? Actually, I have a date tonight.
You have a date?
I have a date. I have a show and I have a date.
Oh, I thought you said no more fat chicks.
She's skinny.
How skinny? 370?
She's a skinny chick. I think it's a date. I went on a date the other day. It was terrible. It started at 4. It ended at 4:45. 45 minutes.
Hey, you know what? That's great.
No, it wasn't.
Why? Was she abusive?
Yeah, I opened the door
I'm
for her.
hungry again. Can I have another apple? I'm
You're-
370.
You're such a piece of shit.
No, what do you mean you opened the door for her? You're being a gentleman?
No, I was gonna say I opened the door for her and she punched me in the mouth. Of course, wasn't abusive, but she was sort of boring. I had to carry all the conversation and shit. 4:45 though, didn't even last a full hour.
How old was she?
27,
How old are you?
30.
I thought you were 13.
I look good, huh?
30.
Yeah,
30 now. And she was 20 what?
7.
And she just had nothing to say. Where was she from?
Taiwan.
Do you want me to teach her a lesson? I'll burn down her fucking family's village.
You're an absolute psychopath.
You couldn't get... What was the problem? She didn't speak English?
She spoke English all right.
Oh, she was?
She's from Taiwan.
Right.
No, but she spoke English.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Do something. Shake it up. Fuck. I go on a date and that's not my first language. You better believe I'm going to do something fun. Go down a slide. I'll do something. I'll do something to fucking make it interesting.
Yeah, the silence is probably because you need something to bounce off of to know everything's in place.
She could have let me know though too.
Yeah.
Like, look, you're gonna have to carry this conversation. Come with some shit.
Come with something. Well, what kind of stuff did you try and get her?
I was just asking her questions about the city, what she's up to. You know, I was just asking all these fucking questions. It was more of an interview.
Drunk the whole time?
4 o'clock.
I heard you puked at a movie theater on a date.
You're such a pile of shit.
No, I heard that.
You're just making up lies. You're a sack of shit. Your listeners are going to think I'm scum of the earth.
I heard that you were on a date and you threw up in the theater because you were wasted. You snuck a bottle of Jägermeister and you're doing tequila poppers off some guy's belly button behind you. Right?
All right, that one's true. Good movie, though. That one's true, though.
Brian Hatt told me that.
He's right. Me and Brian Hatt were actually on the date. I didn't get a second date.
He's great. We worked together. We did a couple of shows together.
He's the best.
He is the best.
He's got a girl.
Does
He's got a
he?
girlfriend.
Good for him.
Well,
Does he live with her?
I don't know.
Have you lived with a woman?
No. For like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's tough.
It is tough.
I got lit up.
You got lit up?
Yeah, I didn't.
What the fuck?
It didn't work out well for me.
Why'd you shit in the sink? I get that. I get that all the time. The sink doesn't flush. That's what I don't shit in.
No, I don't know. I'm not ready for women.
No.
For a relationship, I'm not ready.
No.
They're tough.
When some girl shows up at the show and goes, I'm pregnant.
Pardon me?
I'm pregnant.
That's what a girl said to you?
No. No, a girl showed up at my show and says, thank fuck I had a miscarriage today. It was your father's.
You're such a fuck. You're gross.
I've never had a miscarriage. I think I've had a miscarriage. Stillborn this morning. I had to lay down in the bathtub before. And I was in labor for probably about 9 hours before I started crowning.
Yeah, the fuck?
Yeah. The log father.
Oh, my God. So, what's happening right now? Just talking about you shitting?
No, all right. Well, thanks for being on the show,
Thank
Alex.
you for having me. I'm glad I only had to take one train. This was awesome. Thank you, Jason. You're the best. I really enjoy your company. You always make me laugh, honestly.
And right back at you, pal.
Thanks, buddy.
I really wanted to have you on the show and make it completely awkward. But where can people reach you? Do you have a website?
Instagram. No, I got to get one.
You got to get a website.
I got Instagram.
And people find where you're playing? Do you post all your events and stuff on Instagram?
No.
You don't do any self-promotion. You're so typically Canadian.
Yeah, I don't care.
You know, like, I just show up and they hand out me golden balloons.
Just Alex_the_kid_Pavone. Pavone.
And I've got, you got shows coming up.
I got a couple this weekend, yeah. When do you release these?
This will be out tomorrow at noon.
I got a couple shows in Queens this weekend.
Oh, cool.
And QED. I'll be at the Standing Room Friday and Saturday, 8 and 10 shows, 2 shows. And I'm at QED, which is the end of the NQW. I think W's a new train.
Google
in Astoria, Ditmars. Google it, QED.
And I got November 21st at the New York Comedy Club and December 16th.
I'm on that show with you.
That's right. Are you?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Michael's show.
Is it?
Michael Brigante.
Okay.
On Monday, next Monday.
Could be.
Yeah.
December 16th. And then in Los Angeles at Adults Only on Sunset and La Brea, I think it is. It's really cool. It looks like a porn store in the front, but you go in, it's a cocktail lounge.
You don't want to die to end the podcast. You don't want to choke to death.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and that's it.
Don't kiss me on the mouth. Don't ask if you're hurting me. And if you hear the safe word, stop what you're doing immediately. Do you have pantyhose?